Okay, hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to a game of Monster Hearts 2, set in the realm of dark Americana, Canada, the fake town of Absolution, Ontario, straight in the Wendigo picnic area. And we are a group of terrible, awful, evil monsters and tinks uh, who have just been through a party that only one person died, and we're going to be very open to this. Clarissa died. She got carried off by a hungry ancient vampire. Let's be honest here. And it is going to be the after the weekend of the party. You have had time to wind down. Milo's parents have had time to find out that he was ripped to pieces in a cave where no blood was left. So that's weird. Maybe there are Satanists in Absolution, or like those 1980s VHSs need to come out of the the library and be watched. But um, we are going to start at school. But first, let's go around and introduce the crazy monsters that are here. But today we're going to do it in reverse character keeper order. So, Tinks, let's start with you.
Yeah, hi. I'm Laura, she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Tinkerhell, aka Tinks, also she, her pronouns.
Oh, damn. I
think I'm
can, yeah, I cannot hear you right now.
Uh, she's
I'm
coming
able
through
to
to
hear.
me.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, I couldn't hear her. Hmm, interesting. Well, we will see how that goes through. Up next then is Dag, our ghoul.
Yep. Hey, I'm John. He, him, playing Dag, the Wendigo Ghoul. Also, he, him.
After that, our ghost.
Yeah, I'm David, he, him pronouns, and I am playing James, the sad and quiet but newly assertive ghost.
Yes, and the ghost, the person the ghost is asserting against, Neve.
Hello, I'm Gerwin, he, him, and I'm playing Neve, the ancient vampire that, the old vampire that looks like a 17-year-old. And she has she, her pronouns.
Yeah, so I am curious as what I'd rather not like get stuck with scenes over the weekend. I want to get past that into school, but I am curious what you have done over the weekend, especially Neve. Did you meet with Siobhan over the weekend, or is she off on her own?
I think she called me, and I came running like the sad little puppy that I am.
So she still has her way with you, and you wrapped around her finger.
Yes, I think she actually she got me to get rid of Clarissa's body.
Okay.
In fact, scratch that. I think the body's in the back of my truck, waiting to be got rid of.
Oh, that's great. And James, what did you do over the weekend?
Oh, I probably holed myself up in my house and isolated and tried to figure out how to come to terms with, this sort of new dynamic that I'm presented with because I used to have such security with Neve, and that's no more the case. So what do you even do from there? That's what I tried to figure out all weekend, probably without a lot of productive progress.
Seems fair. Dag, what did you do? Or who?
I think it was a weekend of a blossoming relationship. Those awkward, tenuous text messages that you send back and forth, and asking Ryan what he's doing, and like, oh, well, I'm heading to soccer practice, so can't talk right now. But I think maybe there was a movie date. maybe on Sunday they went to the movies at the Pristine, and there's just a little bit of making out.
How quaint. How chaste for a ghoul. And Tinks, what did you do over the weekend?
Yeah, I think that Tinks was doing a lot of trying not to be alone. She was kind of flitting from friend group to friend group. She just really didn't want to be alone this weekend, so that's where she was.
Speaking about not being alone, I don't think James is going to be driven to school by Neve anymore, is he?
Actually, I had not thought of that, but no, that's definitely not happening.
So, Tinks, how do you get to school? And would you offer a ride to James with you?
Yeah, so I think that Tinks, I mean, she normally like it walks to school and then gets picked up by some crew on their way to school. But if James wants to, he can walk alongside with me and then get picked up.
I'm gonna say like, are we seeing Tinks like in a car with someone and like James walking to school for the first time ever, and you showing pity?
Yeah, I think that works. I think that maybe Tinks is riding like on, you know how in convertibles, like you can like, she's not sitting in the seat. She's sitting on the back, like of the car. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know the terminology.
On the back of the seat, but on
Not
like
on
near the trunk, but
yeah.
yeah, like you're literally on like the top of the back seat
Yes.
in
That.
winter.
Yes.
That is a power move.
It is.
So whose car is this? Is this it sounds like it's Annalisa's car. I mean, she's from Montreal. She probably has
Yeah.
some fancy.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so James, you're walking to school in this rather fancy convertible pulls up beside you with Annalise in the driver's seat, and she drives past you slowly, and Tinks finally appears sitting on the back of the car, looking at you. What do you do?
Awkward wave, little thumbs up. Hey guys.
Hey James, you need a ride?
Um, sure. What's the special occasion?
No special occasion. Just want a ride?
Okay. And I'll take them up on the offer. It occurs to me that I know that Tinks slept with Neve a few days ago, and I don't think that Tinks knows that I know that Tinks slept with Neve a few days ago. So it's a little bit of like a mixed feelings, pregnant pause for me, just kind of sitting there the whole time. But I'll buckle down, and a ride's a ride. I'll take it.
And
Yeah, I think that Tinks. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Annalise will just be like, "Oh, the party on Friday was amazing. I mean, there was that blow up. It's not nearly as dramatic as like the drag queens of Montreal, but it was such a big surprise, and they found Milo over the weekend. It's just been so intense."
Intense is the word I would use, certainly.
Yeah, same.
And like, there's like that time where she's driving and still turns back to look at James. What did you do at the party? How did it turn out for you?
Oh, I just hung out a lot with, and I'm forgetting the NPC's name at this moment, but
Joseph?
that was his name, Joseph. Yeah, I just hang out with Joseph, and talked and just sort of hung out with people. I didn't see a whole lot of stuff happening.
Oh. And Annalise will focus back on driving. She probably knows what Tinks did or what Tinks is telling her she did.
Yeah.
does Tinks want to be unashamed with James? I mean, she doesn't know that he knows that she slept with Neve, and she knows that he was into Neve, and second hand into is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that Tinks maybe like slides closer and says, "Oh, come on. What did you really get up to at that party, huh?" And does like a little like wink.
No, seriously. Like, I mean, you asked Joseph. I was around him like a lot of it. We were just kind of hanging out. Like, I mean, come on, you know that I'm not like the party animal type of person, right? I'm not like that kind of person.
Hanging out, huh? She raises her eyebrows very suggestively.
Yeah, in like a friendly kind of way, not a quote unquote friendly kind of way, but like a friendly platonic kind of way.
A friendly platonic kind of way.
It was a friendly platonic kind of way, and I'm like blushing like a lot at this possibility or this proposition, basically. Yeah, no, like that's basically what happened. I yeah, why did I miss something?
Oh no, James. Nothing at all.
Lying Faye. If only there were mechanics against that in this game.
My heart breaks a little bit, but not as much as usual.
Would that be a shutdown?
I would say, yeah, is that seems like I mean, he went through something major. You had fun, so yeah, saying it's nothing and like he didn't. Yeah, just roll a cold.
All right, let's see here. Hold minus. All right, 7. So,
So you get a choice from the list, and he will give you a condition.
I think I'm gonna take one forward. Um, just because Tinks is currently suppressing a bunch of emotions right now, so we are ignoring them.
Gotcha. And what condition are you going to give Tinks, James?
Is promiscuous too insulting?
I could see it made more insulting, but I'm fine with it if Tinks is. Okay. Getting having a threesome and only being called promiscuous. Tinks got out really lucky for a girl in Canada. Now Neve, that should have had control. That angry cougar. And so you guys are driving to school, and I think as you guys pull up, there is a large vigil for Milo being held, and a like the I think the pictures of Clarissa since she went missing at the party the night Milo was found by Lauren Lee. Does anyone want to be at? I saw Neve unmute. Does she want to be at school to meet them?
Well, I actually wanted to pull into the parking spot before Tinks and James do.
Yes, that's fine. Cut them off. Get that parking spot. This is school now.
So get down, opens the door, has trouble getting out of the actual truck herself, and she looks a mess. She looks an absolute mess. Her hair's wild. Her makeup is, well, she's not wearing any, which is unusual for her. And she just gets out. She pulls her bag out, and as she pulls her bag out, it slips from her hand and drops, and the bucks in it go flying into the snow, and she just starts swearing. She slams the door. Shit.
I think that Tinks is probably going to dismount from her throne and be like, "Oh shit, Neve, you look like hell."
You don't know the half of it. Can you give me a hand, please? And she's struggling to get down to pick up the books.
Yeah, of course. Leave it to me.
Thanks. You're a star. And I think it's that point she sees James. And it's almost as if she's about to say something, and then she turns to Tinks. Thank you. And she hugs her. I'm just having a really crap time.
I know. We all have been going through it. And she hands the stuff to Neve.
Taps her on the shoulder. Thanks. What a weekend.
Are you trying to turn her on by reminding her of the party?
Yes, I think I am.
Ah,
And I don't appear to have actually got the roll for my party link.
oh, it is in.
That's fine. I just forgot to load it.
No problem. I have 2.
There we go. And that's a 10.
I would say you can tag promiscuous as well. You don't need to, but
So that is a 10. Do we have a... I take a string and Tinks chooses a reaction.
correct.
Yeah, I think that Tinks kind of I think that she gets a little color in her cheeks and then just kind of like winks and then is like, "What a weekend."
Yeah. So James, I see you found someone else to tag along with.
Yeah, they were nice enough to invite me.
Oh wow.
And I'm just like glaring.
It's nice to know that someone else is looking after you now.
Nice to know that someone is looking after me at all.
You know that's not the truth.
I'm sorry, what do you mean by that?
No, don't. I've got to get to class. I'll see you later, Tinks. And I'll lean in and give her a kiss, assuming Laura's okay with this. I'll lean in and give her a light peck on the cheek.
Yeah,
And
I think that. Oh, go ahead.
No, go on. Say.
I think Tinks is like, "Yeah, see you later."
And I think I'm going to try and actually do that to try and shut James down.
Yes, show James he's a side piece, but shut him down.
That's a 9. I'll spend a string. I'll gain a string back. And I will give James the condition parasite.
You are a true monster.
It's in the
Revel
night title of the game.
Revel in it. I think that's like, the achievement popping up as she does this. And
Can seeing Neve give the little peck to Tinks bring to mind the way that I either used to be treated or wish that I was treated, and can I pull traumatized off of that?
you definitely can.
Please do.
Oh boy, it begins.
It's one of the things with the ghost. It just tends to be a vicious cycle. If you're not spending most of the game traumatized, you're not playing properly.
We're doing something right.
Or if it's not spending the entire time you're the ghost traumatized, slashing out and crying with the rest of the cast. You are not doing it right. But I digress. Is this? I think the only thing is Neve is heading in. Annalise will like jump start the car and almost hit her as a literal side swipe for taking the parking spot before she pulls into another space.
I'm gonna use my cane. I'm gonna bang the actual hood of the car. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
You're not good at walking. You could at least learn how to try to do it well. And she'll
What, are you trying to kill me or something?
oh,
You did take her parking spot.
Her parking spot. This is disabled parking.
honey, you're not worth the effort to kill. You're not worth anything anymore. After that blow up at the party, you're probably shit now.
Maybe, but at least I had 3 guys want to come to the party with me. What do you have?
A reputation, dear.
Yes, you do, don't you? Enjoy it.
Yes, hobble on. And speaking of reputations, is Ryan getting a motorcycle ride from is Dad getting a motorcycle ride from Ryan to school?
If that's available, absolutely. I was gonna ask too. Do we think this is the kind of high school where the soccer team is a big enough deal that, say, there's like fan gear available? Is that a thing?
There it is now.
So I think, much to Ryan's chagrin, Dag Monday morning is like decked out in the team soccer gear with Ryan's jersey. Ready?
Is it actually Ryan's jersey?
No, it's like the a fan jersey, right? That you can buy, but he's the star player, right? So his is the most popular. But yeah, Dag's ready to rep in every sense of the word this new status he has.
Oh gosh, Ryan is so intrigued and embarrassed. So it is. He like sees you. There's like a full full red face, and he turns away. It's like, you could have gotten someone else's jersey, or like I would have lent you mine.
I've had this thing for ages. I wear this all the time. This is totally normal.
You wear it all the time, even to bed.
Sure. Yeah.
And he will smile as his mind wanders. Cool. Here's your helmet.
All right, let's do this thing.
And you will. This is a nice drive through the snow. This will be the credit sequence of the episode, and then pull up to the memorial of Clarissa and Milo, and Ryan will look pretty sad. Oh, dude, if I had known, I would have gotten flowers.
Flowers for them?
Yeah. I mean, didn't you hear about what happened to Milo?
I guess I didn't think you were that close to them. I never saw you two together or anything.
Because we're not close doesn't mean they deserve. I mean, if what happened to Milo's happened to Clarissa, no one deserves that. You don't have to care about someone to not want them to be hurt.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. Flowers would have been nice. Maybe we can get some after school. We'll come back.
And he'll nod and pull into parking lot, pull off the helmet, and that's when the amount of sports groupies will be coming up. I'm basing this sort of off my high school, who had no wins for almost a decade before my freshman class came in, which they were the popular kids in school. It's like there is a small clique of people waiting in the parking lot for you all, and Ryan seems like a good boy. He can't have like perfect, I guess, like perfect innocence to him. I think he comes up to this group and does, pulls out some weed and lights up, offers you a joint as you a hit as you're standing outside with everyone.
And I'll kind of wave it off and say, I don't like to before school. Some of us are going to have to earn our way into college. We're not all as cute as you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Roll to turn him on.
Yeah, that was not intended to be. It's like a backhanded, like, accidental insult.
No, I am being fair.
Let's see. Turn someone on is with hot, right? So
It is.
that is going to be a 7.
I mean, you're wearing his jersey. He'll give you a string so he doesn't have to. So nothing untoward will happen in front of the clique. But yeah, I think, like, they're. I think you're sort of like basking in this. People are talking to you like you're in. They don't. I think you can feel that they don't really care about your opinion, but they're feigning it because you're with Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
It's to me, it feels a lot like you're back in the day talking to your friends' parents about role playing games or something like that.
Right.
Like they will listen. That is all.
Right.
But it's a kind of power you've never had, to be able to command people's attention just by existing.
Yeah, and so the whole time, definitely sticking close to Ryan. Trying to just be that, let that orb of attention also come over me, and enjoy it while I can. This is a new life.
It seems like you're trying to feed on this, so you've already turned on Ryan, I guess. So that could be the giving in. I think that is giving into the hunger. Should have given you a +1 forward to that, but that would have only taken you to an 8. So yeah, being a cute little boyfriend is probably the perfect way to get your power trip right now. Because that
Yeah,
is what's keeping it.
yeah,
And the bell rings. People start. It's the warning bell. People start heading in. The Axe body spray comes out, sadly. And I think you're going through. Do you stick with Ryan the entire time to homeroom?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, unless there's something to draw me away, I would just walk with him and again try to be that visible person right beside him and make sure people are seeing what's happening.
Yeah. So I want to say that you're walking in, like you're like sort of gripping Ryan's arm as you're coming in. He's a big, thick boy, so he takes up some doorway and will come in sideways with you. But James, you see at least one romance started at the party, as you are put face to face with Dag and a very pleased-looking Ryan. What do? You poor traumatized ghosty.
You two look like you're getting along well.
Well, it's been one of the better Monday mornings, I can say.
Looks it, yeah. I don't mean to, assign labels or anything, but are you two like an item now, or is this like a Like, what is this? I say, kind of motioning at everything in front of me. The jersey and the two people and
I think Dag kind of like blushes a little, maybe looks to see if Ryan says something, looks to see what Ryan's reaction is to the question.
Like, yeah, we've been on a date. It's pretty nice so far, and I guess the merch store is pretty happy. He says a bit awkwardly.
And then I think Dag will speak up after he finishes and says, it's a little more than just that. Right, Ryan?
Oh dear. It sounds like you may be afraid, you may be, again, hunger for power, I'm pretty sure, but I think you need to keep your cool with a +1 forward.
Okay.
They fear that Ryan is not going to take this as seriously as you are.
That is going to be, let's see, that is be a 12.
Oh damn! And I think, yeah, James, Ryan is just like standing strong, looking tough, and then kind of melts around Dag. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I was going to ask him to tutor me so we could spend more time together. I mean, I'm doing pretty well in classes, but you think that'd work, right, with the parents? He is into Dag.
Yeah, I think it would. So there you go, James. Yeah, I think you can call us a bit of an item.
Okay, I'm all about it. Hey, speaking of last weekend, I wanted to see if you and I could get a chance to touch base here, like, you know, at lunch or like right after class or something like that. There's some stuff I want to run past you.
Oh yeah, sure. Ryan, why don't you go ahead and I'll talk to James real quick. We've got a couple minutes before homeroom.
Sure. And he'll get to his seat as he definitely is not writing embarrassing things in the margins of notebooks now. Nope.
What's up, James? Did you not have a good time at the party?
No, well, I mean, the party was fine. It was the end of it that was weird. Did you, I don't know what you were, or where you were, but did you see that person who looked a lot like Neve show up at the end of it?
No, I don't think I did. Ryan and I went out for a bike ride there towards the end of the night, and
That's where you were.
wasn't really paying much attention to the rest of the party. Is it like a friend, like a sister of Neve's or something, a family relative?
I get the impression that they are sisters, but I can't come up with a reason why I wouldn't have seen them before. And I was wondering if you knew anything about it. Yeah, they showed up at the end of the party, and to make a long story short, it was weird, and Neve was acting a lot differently. And I'm just trying to kind of keep an eye out to see if anyone can come up with any ideas to who this person was. Like I'm going to be asking around and seeing if anyone else saw them, but I was just checking with you to see if you knew anything and to see if you'd be willing to keep an eye out and let me know if you hear anything.
Yeah, of course. Geez, could you imagine? Imagine if Neve's got some like hidden sister locked away at home, doesn't let her go to school. Like, how outrageous would that be?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like they knew each other, but like no one else even seemed to notice that person was there. Is the weirdest thing.
Huh? Did you have a little something at the party by chance? Maybe you just think you saw something?
I mean, I wasn't drunk. I mean, I was just talking to Joseph for most of it. I'm serious. I saw them talking to each other. Like, if you happen to see someone around who looks like Neve but isn't like you gotta like let me know, and if you can find anything else out, if you could just like shoot me a text or run it past me, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, of course. No, I'll totally keep an eye out for Neve, but not Neve.
Okay. Anyway, I don't mean to waste your time. That's all I wanted to run past you.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too.
I'll take off that way.
Yeah, so it's I think I want to see I think Neve, you're gonna have to hobble to class in last. So Tinks, you are in homeroom. I think several other people have shown up besides Dag and Ryan, gazing lovingly at each other now in class. With let's check out the rest of these people. I think there is a. Oh, I think you noticed that Andrew Atherton looks a bit pale today. The guy who sits behind you as you get into class, and he's looking listless and almost like he's not really paying attention, sort of like an ADHD haze. What do you do?
Yeah, I think that Tinks will probably go and sit on his desk and say, "You okay there, hun?"
He's sitting on his desk. He snaps to. Oh, yeah, I'm okay, I guess. It's Monday, right?
Yes, it most certainly is. You get up to a crazy weekend?
Yeah, like you won't believe this, but I didn't go to Ryan's party, but went to one of the clubs and Neve showed up.
Neve?
Yeah, like dressed to the nines in this gothic beauty outfit, and like we made out. It had to have been great because like she's been coming back for more every night.
Neve.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't say much. She has this different presence. I mean, she's finally reciprocating, and she left that stupid Joseph guy.
Huh. That's weird because I she was at Ryan's party.
Yeah, she had to leave sometime. It was like early in the morning at the club.
Huh. Interesting. Um I think that Chinks is gonna kind of tilt her head and maybe like just kind of like try to put the pieces together here because she's pretty certain that Neve was with her.
You should be pretty certain, because that's where Neith was. Do you want to gaze into the abyss about this as you look into a pale man's eyes?
I would love to. And that's with 4, 5. That is
Arc
not good.
experience, and oh yeah, this is a Neve. I think this is when you enter, and Andrew stands up so quickly that like the desk, he had been holding on to the desk, and now it tilts over with Tink's weight, and she goes falling to the floor, and Andrew just like walks over to Neve and grins. Same time as usual tonight?
What?
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry. We're in
yeah.
front of so many people. Yeah. Shh.
Yeah, Neve, same time tonight.
Uh, um, why would I want to be seen with you? Honestly, get over yourself.
And
No, no, no. Look. You've had this thing for me for months. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen.
roll to shut him down, you evil, mean vampire.
Don't talk to me again. Oh, where is it?
Come on, Snake Eyes. Come on, Snake Eyes.
That'll be a 13.
Okay, so that is a 1 and a 3, which is a 4. So no, you get a. You're gonna. What do you choose from the list?
I'm gonna take a string. I can only use my new move on a PC, can't I?
Correct. You can offer them an NPC experience, but that doesn't really do them any good.
And I'm gonna use the string that I've just gained to tempt him to not talk to me again. To actually keep his distance from me.
I think he thinks you're playing hard to get in front of all these people, so he will. I mean, you've shown up the entire weekend in a row, so I mean, it's got to be true love, even if you can't remember anything of it.
Oh well, so much for trying to help him. My second option, I'll take +1 forward.
Sure thing. Yeah, you are in home. He will go and like reset his desk that Tinks had fallen off of. How are the rest of you proceeding with Atherton's odd declaration of same time tonight to Neve?
In fact, Ferret, do you want to give me? I'm more than happy for you to give me a condition for what he's just said.
I don't think I want to give you a condition yet, but I think I'm gonna. I think this is gonna put you in like a narrative, like this is a position that your reputation can be harmed. Like this is like a knife drawn for your reputation or status.
Brilliant.
Dag, do you care that I mean, the fact that Neve seems to be yes, this is actually what I want to push. Neve seems to have been approached by one of the nerds of the school, or at least one of the uncool people, saying that she is coming to him night after night. This could be a great way to cinch your reputation if you, well, put her in her place.
I think actually I'm gonna take this a different route. So going off of what Neve said, Andrew's been on. I think it's common knowledge. Andrew's sort of had a thing for Neve for a while now, and that we can all see that. And so I think Dag actually goes over and gives Andrew a shove and says, "Hey, listen, enough of your creepy stalker attitude. She doesn't want it. Isn't that clear?"
So you start banging the star soccer player and think you can be a white knight for just anyone? She wants what she wants, dude. Back the fuck off.
I'm sorry. I don't think I just imagined that we all just heard Neve shut you down in front of everybody. So you don't seem to get the hint, which, hey, Neve doesn't need me here. She'll beat you with her crutch herself. But
that sounds like a really good idea, and I'm going to smack him around the head with my crutch.
Shout physically, Neve. Taking plus one forward.
That's Andrew rather than.
Oh, you're attacking. Yeah, I figure you're attacking Andrew, but you do need to
Yeah.
lash out physically.
No, that's fine.
You carry plus one forward.
And that's a 7.
So
Oh,
what
no,
do
sorry,
you choose?
that's a 6. Because I've
Oh
got
dear.
-1. I've got -1 volatile.
Oh dear. Even with the one forward, it's a 6.
How does helping work in this game?
Oh, it doesn't. There is no helping in this game.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Okay, never mind.
Because teenagers don't. You're monsters. You don't help each other. Is basically.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So.
Can I suggest a reaction?
Please do.
Can we have the teacher walk in while I line up to take the swing?
Oh, yeah. I think the teacher walks in. You're about to swing, and you just feel a grip on your cane. You turn around. If I named the teacher I have not named the teacher. The teacher is going to be. I'm stealing the one from Idlewild's. Mrs. Army Killam.
Get your hand off me. Let go.
And she grips harder. You're going to fall if you keep pulling it this hard.
Let go of me, you cow.
Oh, shut up, you shrew. Now we're going to do the barnyard dance the entire day, or you're going to go to your damn chair. Mama has some Teen Wolf to catch up on.
Fuck you.
Oh,
fuck
honey,
you. I've
I
had
was
enough
out of
of
your
this.
league the entire time. I'm still out of your league now.
I'm going home. Fuck you all. And she's going to try and storm out.
Please run away.
Yay. And that's a 3.
Well, at least you've gotten 2
Oh, sorry.
experience.
Yeah, that's volatile, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, that's a 3.
So, at least you have 2 experience so far. So, yeah, you trip, and Andrew catches you. And he looks like it is if this was a teen drama movie or a teen rom-com, this would be the perfect catch. This would be the moment where you realize he'd always been there for you. This would be the moment you realize that he was the one for you. This isn't a rom-com, though. This is when you realize he's still that creep that's always been stalking you. This is the time you realize that he still stinks worse than Ryan's Axe body spray, so not the best thing. And he'll set you up right and look piteously at you. Please reconsider. At least I'm still here.
We'll talk about this at recess.
Dag, I mean, there was going to be a fight. Are you going to continue the fight in front of the teacher or settle down?
I think I'll settle down. It seems like it's resolved, so I'll head to my desk.
Yeah, James, it seems that there is. I assume you know of Siobhan at the very least from the party before. But it seems like she's been visiting people in town. How are you? If you overheard Andrew, how are you feeling?
Uneasy, to put it lightly. I would actually like to do a bit of abyss gazing to see if I can assess maybe Siobhan's whereabouts or where her lair might be. I'm trying to do a bit of detective work on tracking this enigmatic figure down.
Please do.
I believe that is an 8 total. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think you are. You see the land that Neve had had. I think you see this deed of land. You see Neve's handwriting signing it. You see the growth of a full tree over this one plot, and I think the final scene is Neve digging up a coffin and opening it up to another Neve under there. But it is definitely this specific plot of land.
Do I get a feel for the historical time period when all this is happening?
Oh, I just got a message. So, yeah, I think this is like this was a few hundred years ago. But I think, like, the tree that grew up there, that was is a now a. Let me check the town real quick to make sure it's the tree that was cut down is now the symbol of the pristine uh, movie house.
Got it. Would I happen to know where this plot of land is, or would I have to do additional research to kind of line up
I
those?
think basically this is showing that it is this whatever this land was, it is now under the pristine.
Oh, it is. Oh my goodness, that's thematic, isn't it? Okay. All right. Well, that answers my question. Um, okay. For my part, I'll probably be seeing if I can enlist some help in going there at some point. I might be doing some asking around today to see if I can make that happen.
Yeah, so I think Mrs. Killam will take roll then, as she had said, put on Teen Wolf and catch up. And do we want to skip to do another scene, or
Before we go to the next scene, I want to send a text message to Dag during the class.
please do?
It basically reads, "Thank you."
Yeah, and I think Dag and his normal awkward self like looks up from his phone and looks over at you, and then like kind of looks back at the phone, and then he like sits there and thinks for a minute, and then he'll type out and send back like, "Yeah, no worries. Andrew's a nuisance. Maybe it'd be better if he just disappeared. ...
And she'll think about that, and she'll send another message back. I don't want anything to happen to him.
I don't think Dag responds to that one.
I would say, are you tempting Dag to leave him alone?
No, because I don't have any strings on Dag at the moment. So,
Dear, if only you had turned him on with a plaintive and heartfelt thank you.
I can certainly roll that.
You probably could. Let's see how this works.
Given my dice rolls tonight,
Well, with volatile, they've been bad.
and that's a 9, thankfully.
Yeah. Well, Dag is an attention whore. You can probably tag that for I mean, he's looking at his phone during class. That seems very extra.
Okay. So I will I'll take the string. Dag gets to choose how he reacts.
Okay, and so you're trying to tempt me to not hurt him? Is that what's happening?
No, not yet. This is the
Not yet,
reaction
okay.
to the turn on.
Gotcha. Right. So then I think can we say that Dag's response would that count as promising something I think you want, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
certainly. This can only go well.
Yeah. And so after this, do we want to have a scene with James? Who do you want to try and recruit for your mission to the pristine?
I would like it to be kind of, I would like it to look as if it's just a regular date. So I'm thinking of trying to get, I'm so bad at remembering names. Dag and Dag, what's your boyfriend's?
Ryan.
Ryan, yeah. Okay, I was thinking of asking Dag and Ryan, but to go to the movies with me, but I don't want to be a third wheel, so that means I have to get a date for myself. And I was thinking, going over the NPC list, I was thinking it might actually be possible. Either Alex or Courtney might be good plays here. But that's what I'm thinking of doing. So I think the way that I would set this up is I would try to approach Dag and say, hey, would you and Ryan like to do like kind of a mini date to the movies with me? And I've got someone who I'm going to go with, and I would start it from that angle, I think.
And I think Dag's like, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, we've just, I'll clear with him, but I'm sure it's fine. After practice or something, we can head out. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
how
actually,
popular are you, James?
not really at all that I can think of.
I would say,
There's probably going to be like a fumbled turn on roll in here somewhere.
I would say like it's. I think, Dag, you're popular now, and this basic bitch is asking you and your boyfriend to double date at the movie theater, the only good movie theater, like not even the dollar theater where you wouldn't be seen.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think you might be needing to keep your cool to resist your hunger for power to listen to his request.
Yeah, and I think in that process too, he might ask like, well, who's your date? Because maybe it's someone worthwhile.
Yeah. Actually, okay. Do you ask that?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, maybe just because there's so much drama in it, I could see if we could get Tinks to go with us, because that way it would be like me trying to take Tinks away from Neve, and it would also be like me with Tinks, and you've and Tinks have been together before, so it's this strange kind of twisted web that we weave. So I'll just stammer. I was actually going to ask Tinks. I think she would probably be okay with going. I haven't asked, but it's she's cool.
Oh yeah, I love Tinks. Tinks is great. Yeah, why don't you go talk to her and then let me know, and I'll talk to Ryan, and then we'll see if what we can work out.
Yeah, I thought you liked her. Flashback to the weekend. Okay. And I'll scamper off and see if I can connect with Tinks when I get the chance.
Yeah, so I think I want to scamper off to see this Tink scene. I mean, you two rode in a convertible together. You've got to have chemistry to do that.
Okay, so
do you find Tink's like at the hallway at her locker, or?
Am I getting a ride home from Tinks, or is this or are we going separate ways at the end of this?
I'm flexible. I mean, Tinks just kind of meanders her way home, picking up different rides from different people. So like
I think what I'll do is I'll actually run over to Tinks once classes are over and say, hey, Tinks, I was wondering if you might be able to get me a ride home today. Not because I'm like trying to leech off you or anything, but just because, you picked me up, so I figured if it'd be okay.
Oh yeah, sure thing, hun. I got you. And then she kind of like wraps her arm around you.
Yeah, thanks. Cool. I'll I'm ready to go when you are. So once you've got your stuff, if we can just head out.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the way that I envisioned this is I would wait until we're kind of on the road and we have, like maybe the last stop before I'm dropped off. So if this doesn't go through, we don't have to sit awkwardly in the car together, and it maximizes the number of people who've been dropped off first. So we're more, fewer people in the car, it's more private. But I'll say, so Tinks, I was talking to Dag actually earlier today, and we're trying to get something set up to where we all just kind of go to the movies together. And I'm being super awkward about this, but I was wondering if, as long as Dag and Ryan are going to the movies together, I was wondering if you might want to go with me, just, like as friends. You don't have to say yes, but if you want to.
That sounds like a turn-on roll to me.
Oh.
An awkward turn-on roll.
I was gonna say, you think that's a
Yeah,
turn-on roll.
I think that
That cut out a lot for me.
Tinks, what did you say?
nothing.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So for a turn-on roll with a compelling -1, I am seeing a 7.
You can give him a string or pick from the list, Tinks.
And actually, just to sweeten the pot a little bit, I'll spend a string on Tinks to tempt to go with me to the movies.
Yeah. So I think that Tinks is actually going to get. Wait. So I can give a string to you, right? That's how that works. Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Unashamed.
So I'm gonna give a string to you.
For the turn roll, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a string to you, just because I think I feel a little guilty, and now you're like asking me out, and so she's like, yeah, that sounds like it'll be a party and a half. Let's do it.
Okay, great. If I can just get your number, I'll let you know kind of when we're thinking of doing this, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah. And then I think that Tinks like kind of forgets her number because she's a little flustered and is like, it's oh yeah, and writes it down and says, yeah, give me a call or not or whatever.
Okay, yeah. I'll be in touch. Thanks. And yeah, you can drop me off here.
All right, I'll see you later then.
Yeah, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Yes. So you have a pity friend date. This is awesome, James. Do you text Dag and let him know?
Yeah. I'll keep Dag in the loop and say, yep, Tinks is in. So, let's get something set up. And I don't know if we want to do like a weeknight date, guys, or if we want to wait until the next weekend to do this, but I'm open to input from any of the rest of you.
Like this, I am fine with this. Like we cutting to this date with Neve coming. I mean, Neve would have to show up with a date just coincidentally, wouldn't she?
I think she would, but could I have a quick narrative scene before we go to that?
Please, if you would like.
Okay. So, when everyone's out, when it's starting to just get a little bit dark, I'm going to drive to the graveyard, the church and graveyard. And I think it's a pretty old church, but it's so old that it's still got some original mausoleums in, the family plots that people have. And I struggle with this bundle that I take out of the back of my truck. And I go to this mausoleum that has the name Lynch actually engraved in the stone on the capstone. And I put Clarissa's body in my own grave. I lay it in my own mausoleum.
Ice cold, yo.
Beside another body. A
Oh,
very
of
familiar
course.
body.
Oh, jeez.
I lay her down beside James's body.
Oh dear gods.
And
Oh,
that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to actually get that on the table.
okay. And so yeah, it's we will be arriving at if I'm assuming it Dag wants to go to it on this date then.
Yeah, I think it's like another situation where he mentions it to Ryan, like, oh hey, Tinks and James invited us out to go to the movies together. You interested?
Oh, if it's with you, I'll go. Yeah, that sounds cool. I mean, are these your friends?
Well, you know Tinks, don't you?
Yeah, I know Tanks, but I mean, I didn't know you knew Tanks.
Yeah, we've chatted a bit. But yeah, I you know they're they're nice people. So I just thought maybe it'd be nice to go out and see a movie with some other people. You can buy me popcorn.
God, yeah, and he'll like I think like sweep you put a jacket over your shoulders. You guys are heading to the motorcycle, and I think he's going to ask the damnable question. So, how do you know James?
I mean I don't really know James as well. I'm more and closer with Tinks. And you know, out of character, right? I'm like kind of lying here because I want to like look cooler because I think Tinks is the cooler of the two. So
Yeah, and like, then why are you like if you don't know James that well? Why did he ask us out?
oh, Tinks and James asked us out.
Oh,
Tinks, Tinks and James, I don't know, they're friends or maybe they're starting to date or yeah, I don't know. But sounded fun. So if you're up for it, then you know let's go hang out for a bit. If if they kind of suck, we'll bail. It's fine.
oh, I think he like ruffles your hair a bit. Like, don't say that. Come on, it'll be cool. You'll put your helmet on and smooch the visor before getting on the bike, and yeah, this will dissipate into the scene of him pulling up to the Pristine at night for the date with. I hope you're not wearing the merch store to the Pristine, but I will give you time to think about this because it is 8:10. Let's take our first break until 20 after the hour and see how this date at the Monsters Lair goes. is time to double date for justice. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Let's get to this double date as we see Dag and Ryan pulling up to the parking lot. Or how did Tinks and James get here tonight? Since neither of them seem to drive.
This is the part where I regret taking the move that lets me fly places. Or regret not taking that move.
I don't know. I feel like we kind of awkwardly meet up in the parking lot and are like, aha, glad you could make it.
Oh, there you are. Yeah. Okay. Great. Are Dag and Ryan here? Like, I'll look around and see if they got here first.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen them. Checks her watch. Maybe.
I would say maybe like right then is when you hear the motorcycle pulling in and you see Ryan with Dag on the back pulling into the parking lot.
Oh, hey, and I'll, wave and glad you guys got here. You ready to go?
Yeah, I think we're all ready. What are we seeing? What's on the menu for tonight?
That's a good question. I hadn't thought about that.
The only thing the Pristine shows is Cats 2019, the butthole cut. No, I will not subject you all to Cats. That is what caused 2020.
Oh, the memories.
Didn't we say that the theater plays? I feel like we said what kind of like it plays like what like cult horrors or something like that.
Actually, yeah, no, like I was thinking that they reserve, and I mean obviously this is subject to change, from you guys, but I was thinking that they play sort of more highbrow theatrical or kind of art pieces during the day, but if you go to a night showing or like a midnight showing, then they pull out like cult classics ranging from Rocky Horror all the way out into like more obscure like Grindhouse kind of stuff, you name it.
Well, I think tonight it has to be a special of John Carpenter's The Prince of Darkness.
Okay.
Not ominous at all.
No. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so that's what we're seeing. I feel like James has seen the movie before and quite likes it. So I'm excited about it, but I will not nerd out and tell everyone that.
Yeah, I think you see Ryan's actually quite into this. Yeah, my first horror movie was The Thing. John Carpenter is pretty good. I don't think I've seen this one off cable. This will be cool.
Yeah, I've never seen it in theaters. I'm looking forward to it. And if we're heading inside, I would like to try to get a read on how many staff are working here. I like to think that I've tried to aim for a later showing because they're probably having fewer staff working, so it's easier if I want to sneak around the theater and do that kind of thing. So I'm just trying to get a lay of the land once we get inside.
Yeah, this is a classic style theater. There is it has been modernized enough that you go into the main room. You go down the left hall, you go down the right hall, but right before you go to either of those halls, there is an open bar for those who can drink and would like to. You can't walk more than 6 feet away from the bar and enjoy it, but you can get alcohol here. And but it looks like there is a bartender, a ticket taker, and usher tonight, because it is only the Prince of Darkness is showing. They don't need to worry about the other theaters or anything of that nature. And you're pretty sure there probably is a security guard and someone putting the film on, because this definitely is a film. But but beyond those 5 caretakers, you're not thinking there are going to be many people.
How many other people are seeing the movie? Or is it just us in an empty theater? Or is there a
Oh,
sold-out crowd? Or
I think this is when Neve and her date have to make an appearance, isn't it, Neve?
I think so, yes. I think it's Gideon, the lovable himbo.
Oh, Tanks, you poor thing.
Yeah, Tinks is having a moment because she doesn't really do horror films. And then there are all these people here, so she's having a time.
already the worst date ever?
Yeah, and I think Gideon will be standing beside Neve, like getting her something from the concession stand and concession stand slash bar, and look over, see Tinks. Oh, he had hoped to escape you here too.
Yeah, I think that Tinks makes eye contact with him and then just kind of like glowers at him, just like.
He'll make a show of making sure he gets Neve's favorite candy.
Thank you. No drinking tonight. Remember, it's a school night. We've got to be sober for the drive home.
They also card. I'm in high school.
That's not necessarily a problem.
He,
Just so you know.
he chuckles and will offer you his arm in a gentlemanly fashion.
And at that point, I think I turn around and I spot Tinks and the others. Oh. Would you be a dear and go in? I just need to go and freshen myself up.
And he will go save you a seat. Yeah, there are probably like, I don't imagine it's a huge showing for a 1980s horror movie. Like there are probably like a few aficionados, but like maybe 10 other people max. Then Neve, Gideon, and you guys.
I didn't know you'd be here tonight.
Is that pointed at any one particular person or just everyone
That's
collectively?
at the group.
I wasn't expecting to see you either. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
Hi, Neve. You
Hi,
here,
Doug.
anyone? You wanna sit with us?
It's gonna step on your shoe.
Ow!
I'm fine. I better go and see to Gideon, and she'll move away a little bit crestfallen.
I think Tinks.
Well, I was just going to say, just so that everyone's up to pace with what I'm thinking with James, I would find it incredibly suspicious that I had this sort of vision of Siobhan being more or less interred or lairing in this movie theater, and then Neve just happens to show up. Like, I do not buy that this is just a coincidental thing, even if it is. So I'm just going to put that out on the table in front of everyone.
But so real quick, David's not clued in anyone else as to why he's really here tonight, right? This is to everyone else just a double date night at the movies.
I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't. At this point, I don't think that I would really know that Dag and Tinks are in any way supernatural. I kind of think that you guys are just like people from school, so I wouldn't
Gotcha.
know how to talk about it.
Makes sense. Okay, cool.
So yeah, I go and sit next to Gideon, and I'm sitting there chatting with him. And I think we sit a little bit near the back. Well, we sit at the back.
Yeah, and as you all are walking in, I think I want to have James keep his cool because he is the one, like, glancing around and noticing things in this place.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm walking into the lion's den here.
Yeah.
So that's with cold. That's a +2. 8 total.
You can notice something out of the ordinary, but you will have to leave the safety of your friends to go investigate it.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. So as you see Neve walk to down the left hall and enter the theater to go sit with Gideon, you're walking down. You happen to look down the right hall and you see Neve in a different outfit walking into another closed off or non showing theater room.
Has the movie started yet?
Nope. And there's going to be a small special of 1980s propaganda films of how to deal with satanic cults beforehand.
So upset that I have to miss that. What I might do is I would actually, upon seeing this kind of as we're going in or over my shoulder, I'll lean to Dag and say, kind of under my breath, such that I'm not drawing too much attention to us, but I'll say, Dag, do you remember what I said about Neve having like a sister or whatever earlier this week?
Yeah. No, I remember.
I think she's here. Do you want to come look with me?
Yeah, James. Let's go look. And Dag's like certain they're just gonna go find Neve.
Okay. And I'll kind of get up from my seat and say, hey, I'll be right back, guys. And take off. And as I take off, it occurs to me that I didn't give Dag an excuse as to why he'd be leaving, so he's on his own.
I think Tinks is gonna shout at you. Can you grab me some popcorn?
Yeah, sure. Be right back.
And Dag holds up their little empty thing and says, "We need more too. I'm gonna go get some more. I'll be back."
I imagine Dag like accidentally spills it to go get more.
Yeah, I thought about saying that, but I was like, that might be over the top. He's just like, "Oh, look, we're empty too."
Yeah. I'm definitely not going to go cut a hole in the bottom of this. We're getting popcorn.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you go. You guys go off and you head down the down the right side of the corridor, and yeah, James, you and Dag, you hear a movie going on in one of these rooms where like there should not be a movie playing at the moment.
Sorry, quick question, because it just occurred to me: was Neve in the main theater that we just walked out of?
Yes,
Yes,
Okay.
you walked past me to actually get out.
you did.
Okay. And so I think as we're walking out, I think we're walking down I'm picturing like a sort of empty theater hallway because everyone's made their way into getting ready for the show. And Dag is just like, James, what are we doing? We walked past Neve. She was in the theater.
Just hang on, be cool for a minute. I just look, like just go down here, check in here. If there's nothing, then there's nothing. But I swear I saw that person who was at the party the other day.
Okay.
Like I promise I'm not bullshitting here. And so fingers crossed. I guess we'll head that way and see what's inside.
You enter the theater. There is the sound of a movie blasting. I think this one, since it specializes in art house, and I think I'll throw a bone to my god brother. This is the Huang Unger special on a documentary on how Romania changed after the fall of the dictators. And but you can see that there are two figures in the seats of all these seats sitting near the back, and you hear the sounds of wet flesh and crunching coming from them.
Do you hear that?
I swear to God, I do. I guess let's go see what it is.
Quiet. And I'll creep forward, and if this is an occasion in which my creep move would apply, I'll point that out. But otherwise, I would just like to see what's going on down there.
Well, that depends. Are you just going to sit or stand and watch as Siobhan chews on Andrew Atherton's neck?
Can I do a roll to keep my cool to decide if I'm able to do that at all?
You certainly may. With the fear of you're going to give yourself away, I suppose?
Yeah, we can go with that. Right after I told Dag, hey, be cool, this is the part where it all goes to pieces. Uh-oh, okay, that's a natural 5 plus cold is a 7.
You can stay still, but okay, basically, either you can give yourself away or you can give Dag away.
Would I be giving Dag away, like, knowingly, like in a manipulative, like
No,
I'm
this
throwing
would
him
be like
under the
either
bus kind of way?
you either freeze or you say something, basically.
Okay. Dag, do you have a preference here? Would it be more appropriate if it was you who gave away, or would it be more appropriate if I gave away? What do you think?
I am totally fine with either way. Yeah, no, I'm good with either, so I'll leave it up to you.
I will say that Dag gives it away because I'm curious to see how Siobhan reacts to people who aren't me.
And I think, Dag, you're coming up behind James, but before you can get there, you step on an old Coke can. It crinkles, and Siobhan turns, and there's like that 2-frame thing of her looking like a Nosferatu or a Buffy vampire before the face shifts back, and it is Neve. Bloody chin, but it's Neve looking at you in a completely different outfit. And unless she somehow fucking ran to the theater in front of you, got dressed during that time, and started biting on Andrew, this isn't Neve.
Jesus Christ! What happened?
Jesus is not here, young child. I am the mistress of this domain. Why do you interrupt my dinner?
Didn't know this was a dine-in theater. My bad. Okay, you're either Neve and you've got some weird stuff going on, or you're something else. So which is it?
How astute. And there's a cold wind, and then she is not in the seat next to Andrew. She is beside Dag as her hands stroke his shoulders. She takes. I think she like there's this, like a weird sniffing, but it's like a bat getting its echolocation. It is not like an erotic sniffing of you. Yet you come into my parlor, an obvious predator. Is this a threat? Should I take you as rival?
If you keep sniffing me like that, you should. Can you give me some space?
With pleasure. She grips your shoulders and it's like there's that tense moment where she's gonna like throw you through the screen. She lets go and steps back 2 paces. Again, you're in my domain. What brings you? And her eyes turn to look at James, and I think she finally notices him here. What brings you both back?
Do I know this person's name, Siobhan?
Oh yeah, Neve was saying that when
Right.
she was begging for her uh, forgiveness and everything.
Okay. I'll say, yeah. Hey, Siobhan. I wanted to come and see you. I've got some things that we need to talk about.
You could have waited until after dinner.
Ignoring that, what the fuck do you want with us and with all the people in this town? What the hell are you after?
I simply want to live my life as I am accustomed to it. I will take my rightful place, and this town will flourish. Everything will be perfectly fine.
You're just going to kill everyone who stands up to you, just like, and I'm motioning at Atherton. You're just planning on murdering everybody, aren't you?
She looks actually offended. I'm not a beast. One does not murder every bit of food in town. Well, I suppose if you're not smart, you might not do it, but no. My plan is not to kill everyone. I was peckish. The first two were indulgences. My sweet friend here thinks I'm someone else, certainly, but I can indulge his fantasies if he indulges my wants. A little taken every day is not too much, is it?
You know that as soon as an go ahead, Dag.
Sorry, I was just going to ask: is Andrew is he like clearly dead? Like, what is the state of his body, or is he?
Oh
Maybe
no, he is alive. He looks kind of blissed out on this, like he's been doing drugs.
yeah. Um, I think it's been a while since Dag has eaten, and Andrew was Dag's next target, and I think there's like a strong temptation here for Dag to just try and take Andrew and run with him.
Keep your cool to not steal from a vampire.
So that is an 8.
Hmm. You can get Andrew out, but you will leave James in a perilous predicament.
And I guess the flip side is I can pass up this opportunity and remain hungry
Yes.
and risk what comes with that with sweet Ryan just in the other room. Okay, I will stay to protect James and resist my hunger for a little while longer. So I think Dag kind of like pulls his gaze away from Andrew and moves over closer to James and like he's not a big formidable person, but like we'll at least like try and add a bit of physical presence to the situation and like assert that like, hey James, I'm here for you. If some stuff's gonna start, you got me right by your side.
I'll say to Siobhan, what do you think people would do to you if they knew that you were here? I mean, right now I'll just say it, you're acting like a fucking coward. You're hiding in a fucking movie theater watching late night showings, kidnapping people, and that's the way you plan to take over the town? Give me a fucking break. Is that
Roll
really the
cold,
best you've got?
assassin, ancient vampire. And remember, she's at fault. What?
I mean, even if I tagged the responsible for my death condition, oh, that's strange. I just rolled and I feel like it changed. Okay, well, anyway, it's okay. So to clarify, I just rolled and I thought that I got a different number than what I'm seeing now that I've clicked over. Now it's saying that there is a 5 natural.
It does that sometimes. It'll like spin around a bit and
Okay. Well, and the weird thing is it says that the last roll total was a 4, but maybe that's each individual die that pops up. Okay. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that's a natural 5, plus 2 for cold is a 7, and I guess responsible for my death could bring it to an 8.
Okay, so what are you going to pick for your option?
I would like to gain a string on them if they don't have any strings on me.
Let me check. I don't believe she does. I think I added her to the character keeper because I know she has a. No, I did not add her. I know she has a string on someone, but I will. Yeah, but go ahead and take a string on her, and she. Hmm. Oh, I feel like tagging the neighbor today. She's going to give you the condition delicious. And she glowers as Dad gets closer to you. You impudent little wisp. You are newly in this game and you come to tell me how to treat people in my domain? You bring a cannibal lapdog to sick on me and you think you're better? That you are at a position of power? And I think she just grins. You are lucky that I'm easily distracted at the early times. I am not going to stay here forever. If you wish to learn more, you will have to start giving me things and maybe offer up more than just insults to try and get my attention.
Well, I think you'll need to do more than just kill 1 or 2 people to attain any kind of power yourself.
You see her fangs drop. What do you do?
I will sort of steel myself and see what happens. I mean, I'm kind of trying to provoke this person.
Yeah, and then the scene ends with like this. I think this scene is panning out, and we see this huge shadow of Siobhan leaping at James. What's happening at the other theater?
So I'm sitting at the back of the theatre for a little bit of the film, chatting with Gideon, smiling. At one point, I lean in and give him a light kiss, and as everything's going on the front, I'm gonna feed. You're shaking your head.
You're a monster. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What do you pick?
I'm gonna pick +1 forward, and he definitely doesn't die
This time, but
this
okay.
time.
Yeah.
And when he's collapsed when he's in his stupor, I'm gonna move down to the front and sit behind in the row behind Tinks and Ryan.
Yeah, I think Ryan is kind of. They've been gone a while, and Ryan is getting nervous. Like, should we go after them? Do you think? Do you think someone jumped them?
No, they said they'd be right back, and I'm sure they'll be right back.
Where are they gone? Sorry, I didn't mean to overhear. I didn't mean to overhear, but
Oh, what? Where's Gideon?
oh, he's you know the green. He's a bit out of it. Not exactly the most interesting person.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, they said that they were just gonna go grab us some more popcorn, but they're taking a little longer than they said they would.
This film's not really. This film's a bit boring, truth told. Yeah, I'm gonna head out and go to the ladies' room. Do you know? Come along, thanks.
Yeah, I don't really do horror. I don't really have the stomach for it. Ryan, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll hold our seats, I guess.
We'll give them a
Thanks,
shout. They're probably
Simon.
just stuck in. They're probably just stuck waiting for the popcorn machine to heat up. It's not really reliable. We'll let them know. We'll point them down your way when we get out and see them.
He wants to believe you, so he will. Yeah, and so you guys are heading out of the main
And
theater.
yeah, and as we get up to the top, I'm gonna take Tinks by the hand and pull it aside. They're loose. They've gone. Where have they gone? What's happened?
I think that Tinks is gonna get a kind of like little side smile and just kind of say, I don't know. I James is the one that invited me here and he kind of bailed.
James,
Don't really care at this point.
James doesn't do the cinema. He's never. When we were together, he never said anything about. Well, yeah. So much I don't know about him. You can't have him wander in the cinema, though. Come on, I think we should go and look for them.
Well, whatever you think is best, Neve. And she kind of goes off in the direction she saw them go.
Tinks, what's happened? You've been so cold to me.
What was that whole thing with Andrew? I thought that never mind. It was stupid.
No, it's not stupid. He thinks my sister's me.
Your sister?
Yeah, I told you about her.
The one that was at the party. But
Yes.
you guys look that similar?
We're twins. Granted, I'm the pretty one. But no, and she hurts everyone around her. I couldn't
You wouldn't know
have
anything about that.
I fuck.
Hunter, she's crying.
Oh, bit Barrett. I'm trying. And face. I just try to survive.
Shit, Neve. I'm sorry. She kind of goes and gives you a hug. I know you've been through a lot. I just get petty.
You don't know the half of it. I've been doing this so long. Constantly just she doesn't treat me like a sister. She treats me like a thing. She's always been better than me.
Do you treat her like a sister?
I love her. I always have. But she's just poison. Oh, I need to keep them away from her.
And at this moment, you hear there is the sound of something impacting something in another theater.
What was that?
You hear that? Yeah. I think it came from over here, gesturing in the direction the noise came from.
Okay. So I'm guessing we're going, making our way to that theater.
Yes, and James, you have been jumped by Siobhan. She is atop you, fangs ready, prepared to bite down. Dag, what are you doing?
I am moving into action to kick some butt.
Roll to lash out physically then.
Let's see. Okay.
That is volatile. Your best stat.
Yeah. Okay. That's better than I thought it was. Okay, so that's an 8 total.
You get a choice. Does Siobhan gain a string on you? Do I decide how bad the harm is? Or do you go your darkest self?
Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm going to go to darkest self.
Yeah, so you land a punch on her. She stops for a moment. She looks back at you, snarling. And I think this awakens your own bestial nature as you are two blood predators facing each other down. Please read out your darkest self.
I'm actually looking for it. I had it in a tab. Oh, it's over this tab. Here we go. Your dull hunger sharpens. Wait, it's the same one, right? Or does it change for Wendigo? Okay. Your dull hunger sharpens. You can't focus on anything else but feeding. And in addition to your peculiar cravings, you recognize something else. That primordial hunger which connects all hungers. Flesh, blood, meat. You escape your darkest self once you've overindulged or you've been locked out for long enough to regain composure.
Yeah. So, Neve and Tinks, you come in. You hear, I think, Neve, you hear the growling of your sister and the growling of some other creature. There are the blissful moans of Andrew Atherton as he is still vamped out. What do you guys do?
Siobhan, no!
Ooh. She will, I don't even think she turns to look at you at this moment. This is, she does not want to turn away from the Wendigo staring her down.
Get off him.
Hmm.
Get
You got the string on her?
off. No, I don't have any strings on her.
Yeah, so
Get
you are,
off him, you bitch.
hey, shut her down. I would say you're commanding a vampire anyway. It was definitely going to be a shutdown roll.
And that's 10.
Choose your two.
So I'll gain a string on her. And I will give her condition. Monster.
Gasp! It's so true. And I think she will, with that condition, she will leap off James, violently tackle Dag to the ground, and bite into his neck. Dag, please take 1 harm. Yeah, James, you are no longer pinned under a vampire. How do you feel?
Well, probably extremely shaken up. Less so because the vampire tried to jump me. I mean, that we've already seen once before, but what the fuck, Dag? is kind of the headspace that I'm in right now. So I see basically 2 options here. I think I can either lash out physically to try to help, or I can be so petrified by this bestial thing that Dag has sort of morphed into that I fumble in some way. I think I'm assertive, but not that assertive. So maybe I should try to keep my cool and go from there.
Seems fair to me. Keep your cool.
Okay.
Are you afraid that you will be too delicious to resist or something?
I think that I'm especially afraid of getting caught between these two. So what that boils down to is afraid of being hurt, basically torn apart,
Gotcha.
or having my blood sucked dry, or what have
No
you.
problem.
Okay, that was a natural 11 is 13.
Yeah, so you keep your cool. You may ask a question about the scene.
I want to know if I want to know who has the upper hand in this conflict. Like, if I just let this play out, who would be the victor, most likely?
It just between Siobhan and Dag, probably Siobhan. She is much older and like you're going to need to help Dag, no matter even what he is, to allow him to win.
Then that's what I'll do.
Yeah, I think Tanks, Neve has screamed at her sister. You see, I mean, she said she had a twin sister. You see a twin sister going ham. What is Tinks feeling?
I mean, I think that Tinks is a little taken aback, just kind of taking this whole situation in, and then just kind of says, well, somebody forgot to invite me to this party, and just kind of walks in between Dag and Siobhan.
That sounds like you are being you're either being unashamed or you need to keep your cool. Do you think you're trying to offer yourself to the vampire or just split them up?
I was trying to go for unashamed.
Yeah, then give someone a string and try to turn them on.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it. Is it Siobhan? Is that her name? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to go with that. Let's see. So I think I get +3 to turn someone on. Wait, is that including my other modifiers to turn? Yes. Okay. 11. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, so you get a string, and she is going to. I think she's going to give herself to you in the fact that she's giving you her attention. She grips you, sniffs you from sternum to nose. It's not even summer and you treat me like this. Sister, have you been hiding all your toys from me?
Don't hurt them. Please.
You can get someone else to plumb your nethers, I'm certain of it. And she looks at Tinks. This one might be able to do mine. And she grins rather lecherously.
Oh, darling, I'll be able to do more than that. And kind of leans in close.
Yeah, Dag, you are hungry for flesh, and these flesh, power, and thrills, I believe, are your main hungers at the moment. Which is the one coursing through you the most right now?
I think it's like a tie of flesh and power. I'm really torn between if Dag would keep going after Siobhan or just take Andrew at this point and run.
I mean, Andrew is very much a weak piece of flesh right now. He can't resist you chewing on him.
Right. Yeah, I think that's what he does. I think Dag, like, having achieved getting Siobhan off of James, and now she's moved away. Like, there's this beautiful body just laying there. So he goes to grab it and then head for like an emergency exit or something, carrying the body with him.
Yeah, please roll to run away.
And that is with
Volatile.
Volatile. Okay, excellent. So that's gonna be 10.
Okay, yeah, you get out. You open the emergency doors. The sirens and alarms begin blaring. People are, the few people are being ushered out of the room. And Siobhan, I think, just glowers at Neve. You upstart. We will have words about this later, just you and I.
And Eve, I think, gulps at that and is visibly shaken.
Take your toys and be gone. She does the vampire cloak twirl to start walking away towards the emergency door.
And I think I run to James at that point. Are you okay? Did she bite you? Did she hurt you?
Next time, instead of begging her to have mercy on us, maybe fucking do something.
I think that's a shutdown if anything.
Okay. And I'll tag at fault for my death with that too.
Yeah.
4 plus 3 is 7 on the nose. So, I will. I'll just take one forward.
Understood. And what condition are you handing out, Neve?
Righteous. There's nothing saying I need to give him a negative condition.
I think that Tinks is gonna storm up from behind Neve and like approach James and saying, "You said you would be right back," and she's going to move to strike him across the face.
So you lashing out physically?
Yeah.
Or is that a broken promise?
Oh dear.
So that's a 7.
So do I decide how bad the harm turns out? Does he gain a string on you? Or do you go your darkest self?
I kind of want to go my darkest self.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Seems like
So
fun.
James, take one harm as you get just smacked across the face.
Stop it, Tinks. Stop it. And I'm going to try and pull her away from him.
Tinks is gonna turn to you and say, "And you said you wouldn't hurt me," and she's gonna try to go after Neve now.
Oh dear. Violent fairies everywhere.
Gotta love darkest self.
That was a 5.
So yeah, you push Neve, but Neve grabs your hand. You move in further to try and make her go down, but before you realize that you're both beginning to tumble down the stairs to get to the upper seats. You keep falling down. It bruises you. It bumps you. It hits your head a few times. But you guys are just struggling the entire way down. You both take one harm.
You think I've hurt you?
I know it.
How have I hurt you? You're the one person I haven't hurt.
I trusted you. And I always come last for everyone. Everyone.
My entire life has been lived to protect my sister. My entire fucking life. And I think the
It's
fans
all about you, isn't it? It's always all about
no, it's
you.
not about me. I've put myself second my entire goddamn fucking life. You want to know what it feels like to be last? You want to know what it feels like to be overlooked? This is what it feels like to be overlooked. I was never good enough for our parents. I was never good enough for her. I was the twisted little sister that she had to she had to encourage someone to take to the debutante ball. When she came out, the entire town came out to see her. Me, I got the handoffs. You haven't got a fucking clue what it's like to be second. You think you come second? How old are you? I've been second for 300 fucking years. But you're not second to me.
No, you're right. I'm dead last.
You think... Do you want to... I think that's a put down if there is one.
I would say yes, that is definitely a shutdown. And this is vengeance, so you may spend a string to add 2 to your rolls, don't forget.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
You can do that after the roll, don't forget.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to get back to it. 9. So and then I get 2 if I spend a string. Yes. Okay. So then that gets me up to an 11.
So choose your one option. You have strings on Tinks, don't you, Neve?
Yes, I do.
Good. Well,
Yeah, I think it's appropriate that you lose a string on Tinks for that.
Okay.
yeah, James, they're fighting at the bottom of the stairs. Siobhan has stormed off. What are you doing?
I think before we do that, I think James's creep move comes into effect for that.
Oh, definitely. You are watching these two have an altercation and are doing it silently, so you creep on them.
Thank you. And that would be Tinks and Neve. Okay. I think that after I am just like slapped in the face and Tinks just goes off in the way that Tinks did, I feel like I would just sort of stand there just shocked for a moment, and I would gently touch my hand to my face and feel the sting and the rawness where it is. And I would like look around at sort of what is going on. Dag just took off with Andrew. These two are fighting at the bottom of the stairs. The alarms are going off. Siobhan is escaped. And I think that I would just sort of well up with tears for a moment and think to myself, this is what happens when I try to help people. But I think I would try to take a breath, regain my composure as much as I can, and I would think of Andrew and how maybe I can still save him. And I would take off after Dag to see if I can prevent the worst from happening.
Dag, has the worst happened yet?
So I'm picturing that we're up in Canada. It's night, it's cold, it's snowing. It can't be that far to get out of the backside of the theater to like where there's woods and such. And I think once Dag breaks that wood line, it is just like a man at a buffet.
Okay, so I'm going to have to ask James to roll to run away, and we will see how well this goes for him. And Dag is at fault for your death. Feel free to tag that for this roll.
Okay, so +1 for that and +1 forward, so this +2. That on my screen looks like a nat 3, so that would be a 5 to get away.
Mark experience still, and by the time you get after Dag, it's like it is snowing so hard that the footprints of Siobhan and Dag are intermingled. You can't tell which is which, sadly, and you follow after Siobhan for a bit. Then you finally reach the tree cover. And Dag, how much of Andrew is left when he gets to you?
I think there's still good chunks, but like a whole thigh has been eaten, and picked clean, and you can see it's like pulled to the bone and the sinew, and there's gristle and such clinging, and some of it's even hanging out of Dag's mouth.
Yeah, so Andrew is pretty much dead at the moment. He has bled out.
All right. How much light is in the area? I'm trying to get an idea. Is like, how am I seeing this? Is this
This
through like
is
street
by
lamps or like a moon or just light reflecting
street
off of the
lamps
snow?
and the full moon off the snow.
Okay. I feel like I have like pulled like my sweatshirt or my coat around my shoulders as I take off into the snow, and as I see this sight at the tree line, I just freeze, and I probably feel the most visceral primal terror I've ever felt in my life. This is to me a very different kind of violence than anything that a vampire ever afflicted on me. This is much more, I guess, primal, for lack of a better word. So I just like freeze, and there's this like flight mode that kicks in, and I just stammer out as I look at Dag, because at this point I'm convinced that no one around me is freaking human anymore. I just look at Dag and I'm like, what the hell are you?
Dag, James is delicious, has stopped, and you're hungry. What do you do?
Yeah, I think I don't think I have a string on James, do I? No, I don't. Okay. Dag doesn't respond with words or anything. He just looks up, and you can see there is like a haunting green glow in his eyes, and he will just start moving towards you in slow, deliberate, very predator-like motions.
In all seriousness, I think that this would just scare the hell out of me. Like, this is worse than the Siobhan. In my eyes, this is just this like very animalistic kind of thing that I'm just really squicks me out. So I'm not gonna try to talk this guy down. I'm out of there.
Run away. Yeah, but this and I think this time I don't think there's anything you can tag. I mean, he is at fault for your death, but you're running away from him, so roll with your flat 0, I believe.
7 on the nose.
Okay.
That's why we took that +1 to volatile.
Do you run to something worse? Do you leave something behind, or do you make a big scene?
My gut's actually bringing me toward leaving something behind, but I can't think of anything physical that I would carry on me, so that one may not be appropriate.
You could, I mean, you were turned by Neve. You could leave Neve's scent to trigger Dag.
Okay. Do I always have Neve's scent faintly on me?
I'm
like in a
thinking
curse kind of way?
If you'd like, definitely.
Huh.
I'm just trying to think outside the box if you want that option.
Yeah.
Or you could just scream really loud and run away from this as fast as you can, alerting everyone to it.
This is tricky. I think I will do that. I think I'll completely lose my composure and just like utter this primal wail of terror and stagger back, tripping over myself, falling onto my back, turning over. I'm on all fours. I'm scrambling up, and I'm just like, with every exhale, just wailing a little bit louder as I try to scramble away from this guy. It's incredibly undignified and is sort of the cherry on top of what has already been a horrible night.
Yeah. So as the people are being ushered out of the theater, Ryan notices James running screaming from the woods. He's not seen Dag. He jogs in the direction that James just came from.
Does he make it out to the wood line?
That depends on if Dag is coming after James.
So I was thinking that if James goes to run, like there's still a meal here, and so Dag would continue feeding.
For what it's worth, I would be screaming. If anyone I saw who was facing this way, I'd be like making eye contact and screaming, "Run, run, 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 run," as I take off towards them.
Yes, but Ryan's a white boy. They don't do that. And but yeah, Ryan is running to the wood line, trying to find Dag. Dag! Dag!
Oh, sweet Ryan.
Yeah, and he will. I will give you one opportunity to keep your cool, to not go for the fresh meal.
Honestly, I if it's all right, I'm going to decline it because I think Ryan was like the meal that Dag wanted, and then this relationship started, so he was like trying to fight it. But I'm in my darkest self, and so that's all kind of vanished at this point. I was hoping I could finish eating before I saw Ryan again, but that's
what I was like. You can keep your cool to just like scarf down the meal if you'd like.
Okay, fair enough. We'll give it a shot. Yep. Oh, it changed. It did that thing again, but with the change, it's better. So that's a 7.
Okay, you can eat enough of Andrew to sate your hunger, but you will create an empathic connection between yourself and Siobhan from her feeding off of Andrew.
That sounds awesome. Let's do that.
Yeah. So I think we find Ryan will find you over the body. I think there is like that kind of Resident Evil-ish moment. But and please feel free to script change any of this as I go. But I think he will.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if possible. Like, I'm totally cool with the idea of him seeing Dag there. Like maybe as the hunger is like fading away and Dag's vision is like starting to clear. But if I hear Ryan coming, I'm just gonna run because I don't want him to see.
Oh, okay, yeah. So just run away.
Yeah.
Roll plus volatile.
Okay, that's gonna be an 11, or sorry, a 10.
Yeah, you make it the hell out of there, and the last thing you hear is Dag, Dag, as he runs into what's left of Andrew. And so yeah, there seems to be a monster in Absolution. I will pitch the last scene to Neve and Tinks. I do not know if we're going to top that this merry night.
So I think we're still at the bottom of the stairs.
So you can still be at the bottom of the stairs, or you could have been ushered out of the theater with the rest of the people.
No, I think I'd like to actually still be at the bottom of the stairs, if that's okay. I didn't know you felt that way.
No one would.
Why didn't you say something?
No one ever asked. They all just assume.
can never read you.
Did you ever try?
Yes. You, you, you're always a free spirit. I, so different from me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
That's the thing, Neve. You never mean it. I don't know what's real with you or with anyone in this goddamn town. I mean, that's why I can't tell anyone. That's why nobody ever asks. Is because they don't really care.
I care. It's just
You have a very funny way of showing it.
I promise you, I care.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
You want the truth?
That's all I've ever wanted.
I think we have that Buffy the Vampire Slayer moment where the vampire actually looks like the vampire.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
No.
I could smell it on you.
But I'm not going to lie to you anymore.
What does that mean?
I'm through with doing what Siobhan wants. I'm through with living in her shadow. It's time for me to just be me.
And who are you?
Honestly, I don't know. I've been her sister for so long. I just... I don't know. I'm sorry I hurt you.
Me too.
I'm just a piece of shit. I'm just... I'm going to stand up I'm going to try and stand up at this point. I'm just a broken and struggle. I'm just a broken piece of shit.
I think that Tinks kind of watches you kind of struggle to get up. And says, yeah, we're all broken. That doesn't make any of us special. We've all gone through shit. It's what makes us who we are, and how we react to that is is who we are. What does that say about you?
And I think she goes back. She's back down on the floor and she's hugging her knees and and the tears that she's crying are blood red. I'm sorry.
That's what they all say. And then Tinks stands up and leaves.
Oh, cold.
Yeah.
We will fade out on Neve curled up crying. The alarms go off in the theater.
Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, that is this session of Monster Hearts. Let me stop